The world demands that it be taken seriously. This demand weighs on the shoulders, a crushing burden. Every second spent under it creates a will to liberty. How does one liberate oneself from a sickening seriousness? Absurdity, idiocy, irony, oxymoron, the ridiculous and the incoherent. Everything that embodies the rejection of that demand, a refusal of that burden, the revolt against the serious world. The revolt is to be limited. In a world that requires seriousness, absurdity and idiocy liberate, but seriousness is required nonetheless. The call to seriousness that so often characterizes existence sets a great weight on the backs of the living. Only through controlled idiocy and measured absurdity, only through a rational approach can that weight be made bearable. Amusement at idiocy and absurdity is merely relief that perhaps the world is a little less serious than we had once thought. The laugh is an expression of comfort, for one finds great comfort in the notion that the seriousness of the world is something a little less than sickening. When one laughs at a misfortune, a little less unfortunate it becomes. Amusement strips many a misfortune of its edge. When one stares at misfortune seriously, gazes at it sternly, the suffering only concentrates, becomes purer and more refined. Few wills are stronger than the unique strain of the will to liberty that embodies the struggle against a serious world. The will to absurdity, the will to idiocy, the will to incoherence, the will to irony, the will to oxymoron, the will to revolt against a serious world. Through controlled idiocy and measured absurdity, the rigid surfaces of the serious world are made a little more rounded, a little less pointed, and oh how much more tolerable they become. The seriousness of this world cannot be, and should not be rejected outright, but through a limited and controlled revolt against this reality, one finds the highest form of comfort, and a subtle taste of pure liberty.